Section 152. Vaisampayana said, Then when the night had passed away, a large concourse of the townspeople came there in haste to see the sons of Pandu. After extinguishing the fire, they saw that the house just burned down had been built of lac materials, and that Duryodhana's counselors, Purochana, had been burned to death. And the people began to bewail aloud, saying, Indeed, this had been contrived by the sinful Duryodhana for the destruction of the Pandavas. There is little doubt that Duryodhana hath, with Dhritarashtra's knowledge, burned to death the heirs of Pandu, else the prince would have been prevented by his father. There is little doubt that even Bhishma, the son of Santanu, and Drona, and Vidura, and Kripa, and other Kauravas have not any of them followed the dictates of duty. Let us now send to Dhritarashtra to say, Thy great desire hath been achieved. Thou hast burned to death the Pandavas. They then began to extinguish the members to obtain some trace of the Pandavas, and they saw the innocent Nishada woman with her 5 sons burned to death. Then the miner sent by Vidura, while removing the ashes, covered the hole he had dug with those ashes in such a way that it remained unnoticed by all who had gone there. The citizens then sent to Dhritarashtra to inform him that the Pandavas, along with Duryodhana's counselor Purochana, had been burned to death. King Dhritarashtra, on hearing the heavy news of the death of the Pandavas, wept in a great sorrow, and he said, King Pandu, my brother of great fame, hath indeed died today when those heroic sons of his together with their mother have been burned to death. Men, repair quickly to Varanavata and cause the funeral rites to be performed of those heroes and of the daughter of Kunti Raja. Let also the bones of the deceased be sanctified with the usual rites, and let all the beneficial and great acts usual on such occasions be performed. Let the friends and relatives of those that have been burned to death prepare thither. Let also other beneficial acts that ought, under the circumstances, to be performed by us for the Pandavas and Kunti, be accomplished by wealth. Having said this, Dhritarashtra, the son of Ambika, surrounded by his relatives, offered oblations of water to the sons of Pandu, and all of them, afflicted with excessive sorrow, bewailed aloud, exclaiming, O Yudhishthira, O prince of the Kuru race, while others cried aloud, O Bhima, O Phalguna, while some again, O the twins, O Kunti. Thus did they sorrow for the Pandavas and offer oblations of water unto them. The citizens also wept for the Pandavas, but Vidura did not weep much, because he knew the truth. Meanwhile, the Pandavas, endued with great strength, with their mother forming a company of 6 going out of the town of Varanavata, arrived at the banks of Ganga. They then speedily reached the opposite bank, aided by the strength of the boatmen's arms, the rapidity of the river's current, and the favorable wind. Leaving the boat, they proceeded in the southern direction, finding their way in the dark by the light of the stars. After much suffering, they at last reached, O king, a dense forest. They were then tired and thirsty. Sleep was closing their eyes every moment. Then Yudhishthira, addressing Bhima, endued with great energy, said, What can be more painful than this? We are now in deep woods. We know not which side is which, nor can we proceed much further. We do not know whether that wretch Purochana, accomplished by wealth, having said this, Dhritarashtra, the son of Ambika, surrounded by his relatives, offered oblations of water Purochana, hath or hath not been born to death, how shall we escape from these dangers unseen by others? O Bharata, taking us on thyself, proceed thou as before. Thou alone amongst us art strong and swift as the wind. Thus addressed by Yudhishthira, the just, the mighty Bhimasena, taking up on his body, Kunti and his brothers began to proceed with great celerity. Thus ends the 152nd section in the Jatugriha Parva of the Adi Parva.